Faces of the two competitors. Those of you that are fight fans remember that great Sonny Liston stare in the early 60s. Both Spikers and Gracie had that working. Bob, one thing that stands out here, both of them as a result of being in Judo and Jiu Jitsu, you see one with the gi and one without. Is that an advantage or disadvantage for Spikers?
Well, Ben Spikers is very comfortable with the gi, and I think it's a strategic disadvantage for him. I know he's comfortable with it, but I think it'll prove to not be an advantage for Ben Spikers, but an advantage for Renzo Gracie. And of course, the takedown by the great judo player, Ben Spikers, who's in the control position right now.
One of the things that's been talked about with regards to the jiu-jitsu is that he is a takedown expert, but the Gracies operate very well on their back. In fact, we've seen competitions where the Gracies have been victorious from their backside.
Absolutely, and you see Renzo right now in the defensive guard position, which he's very, very comfortable in. Now he's just gotten out of the takedown. He's kneed Ben Spikers, and he's working him into the ring.
I don't think there's any doubt, Tom, that Spikers was surprised by that. I didn't think he anticipated that Gracie would go to the groin.
And that's a classic Gracie move there with the leg strength and everything like that, being able to recover from the mat as he did and recover as well as he did.
And Gracie just hit it with a headbutt. He's already starting the attrition fight.
Bob, I wanted to point out the fact that the Gracies are notorious, at least Royce has been, for what many people feel is passive fighting, laid back a little bit, not as aggressive clearly here. In this case, Renzo's going after it.
Yes, and each one of these great jiu-jitsu grapplers, they have their own style. Renzo's is an aggressive style, and you're seeing it now. He doesn't wait for people to bring the fight to him. He takes it to them.
Well, as a result of the fact that both are grapplers, they have plenty of time to remain on the mat, over 9 minutes. And basically, because this is the expertise of both, Tom, this is where the fight is going to be won or lost.
Absolutely. And I was just about to point out to Bob that Renzo is the kind of guy, in particular, Bob, who can stay on the mat a long time. I mean, he'll stay out here all night if he has to.
No question about it. Of course, the rules tonight, he's working against the clock because he's only got 10 minutes. So Renzo has to make the fight. He's headbutting. He's putting a lot of weight on Ben Spikers, and Ben Spikers is in the defensive position trying to keep that pressure off of him.
You see the time on the floor, not consequential at this point, 8:45 and running. But I have to say here, too, gentlemen, that it's clear that Spikers is not foreign to being on his back either.
Sure. Now you saw Renzo use his knee to gain that advantage, and now he's got the back, and that's a big mistake.
Clearly, Spikers was not used to that. He took some shots to the back of the neck, face first.
I was just going to say, Tom, we hadn't seen too many blows.
He tapped out. Wow. He tapped out.
It's all over.
He had to pull him off. And he stepped on it. That was Bush League. He didn't need to do that at the end, step on the back of the neck. Renzo Gracie clearly had defeated him, and now he tries to be the sportsman. I don't know if that's the sort of thing that they're going to appreciate here. Nonetheless, you have to give credit to Renzo Gracie. He did what he said he was going to do.
Well, the crowd doesn't like it, and of course, it's unfortunate. You know, in the heat of the battle, Renzo's an aggressive type fighter, and I'm sure he regrets it now. And he's apologizing. Certainly nothing that we want to see or the crowd wants to see.
And you can see the counseling from the official. The counseling from Cecil Peoples. He says, you're too good a fighter to do that. Cut that out. But clearly, Renzo Gracie is somebody that wants to establish his own reputation, not based on what his cousins have done.
Bobby, did that surprise you? That seemed...
Take a look at Ben Spikers early, Tom.
See, this is... He looked pretty good here, but, you know, as soon as Renzo got on his back, I thought to myself, that's sort of a classic position he wants to be in. I mean, he fights from strength from that position.
Renzo was very clever. If you notice, he rode up.
Well, Bob, we get a chance here to take a look at the reversal by Gracie. He didn't stay on his back for long.
No, you notice he used his legs. The leg is what was the secret to turning over Spikers. And now he's taking control. He's going to take him back to the ground and using his weight against him. He's got a hold of his leg, and you can see that Renzo is beginning his war of using up the energy of Ben Spikers. Now Renzo takes him down.
Well, he takes him down here, but clearly at this point, some of the earlier pain had taken its toll on Spikers. And right there, after a couple of hits to the back of the neck, there's the right hand, and he pats the mat in submission. Renzo Gracie the winner in 2 minutes and 48 seconds.
And you see Renzo Gracie use the gi, and he choked him out from the back. That's a mistake that you never give your back to another grappler.
We don't get a chance to see it, or maybe we do right at the end, right there. There's the left foot right on the back of the neck. That's completely uncalled for. Completely uncalled for. Victory is enough. Now, let's throw it to John Higginson with the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the first fight in the grapplers division with a time of 2 minutes and 48 seconds, won by submission, Renzo Gracie.
Well, we'll be right back with more conversation after a message from Cynthia Rothrock.
The martial arts master relies upon the power of an empty hand for his survival. Through discipline and courage, his empty hand can be either the expression of his fearsome skill or the offering of his sincere friendship. His true strength lies not in what he holds in his hand, but what he holds in his heart. Weapons are for wimps.